Hello everyone, this is Breege and thank you for joining me today for another weekly cup of reflectivity where we are taking a look at the energies available to us at this time, how to make the best use of these energies and how to work through the potential challenges that may be coming up, and also how to deepen our sense of self-awareness and gain insights along our journey. And all of this through the lens of the Hebrew creation codes and fire letters. Hello everyone, this is Breege. Welcome back to another cup of reflectivity. Today, two codes came out together. We have Creation Code 11, CAF, which we have worked with before, and a new one for us. Creation Code 16, AYIN. And what really stood out to me right away was the similarities of both codes, which are both of them very, very grounded, very practical, but both of them are also highly tuned into the higher frequencies. And so that's one of the themes that I'm sensing right now is there is so much high vibrational energy, spiritual energy available to us right now. And it's for us to take that energy and to really integrate it and to really ground it in a very practical, hands-on way. And I had to laugh because at the bottom of the deck, after I had pulled these two cards, peeking out was once again our favorite code, 8, Chet, which we have been working with ad nauseum almost, although I'm not tired of it yet. However, the message I was getting as it was kind of cheekily winking at me was that we're not done yet with the whole emotionality of it all. And CAF as well, being connected to Creation Code 2, Bet, holds that emotional roller coaster potential where we're just being taken for a ride, where we're taking on others' energies because of our highly empathic natures. And so, since I'm already here, let's just sum it up. So grounding the high frequencies that are available to us right now, which can really affect us on an emotional level because of the intensity and the tendency right now for old, denser parts of us to be flushed out to the surface. And also our nervous system is getting a real hit, and we have to adapt to it. So grounding and balance is becoming once again very important this week, as well as a healthy dose of detachment. And once again, just keep hooking into the higher vision, to your higher goal, to the higher perspective of it all, so that we don't get lost in our own intensity, but also the intensity around us, other people's opinions, and emotions, either generally speaking or directly pertaining to us. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place right now because of the intensity. So I hope I'm going to make this straightforward enough, because I just tapped into another of the themes that I feel is really important right now, and that is disentangling ourselves from the emotional bodies, mental bodies of others, opinions of others. So that can be as strong as an energy of codependencies that we might still gravitate towards. And that could be as simple as really feeling the importance of other people's opinions about us. And that's definitely something that we're being asked right now to let go of, and to come back to our own inner truth, our own perspectives and our own philosophies and structures in life. That's what CAF is really offering right now. There's also, speaking of offering, again, I feel like I'm all over the place. I hope I will tie this all together in a linear enough fashion. But these points are all so interconnected. So have patience with me while I'm finding my words. The offer here with both of these codes, CAF and AYIN, promise us that if we are diligent and we put in the efforts, we really, really can tap into success on all levels. And I'm feeling this both on the physical plane when we are talking about our greater visions and goals, as in our purpose, our calling. That could be our businesses that we're working on, or anything else that we're here to bring into service. But also right now, I'm really sensing the importance of balancing out the outer efforts with our inner introspection, where we really have to keep doing the inner work. And we have been talking about this whole time. And this once again reminds us that it's a very potent time to take this quality of inner vision and clarity and apply it not just to everyone around us, because actually both CAF and AYIN. AYIN, the symbol for AYIN, and the meaning in Hebrew is two eyes, seeing, watching. And then we have CAF with that beautiful ability to detach and see that bigger picture. So both of them have this quality of deep insight into people, into situations, into what's really going on, into the motivations behind actions, what drives us. And so that's a quality that is being emphasized right now, to really watch people around you and take off those rose-colored glasses, that level of naivete perhaps that could still be lingering, and really see what drives people around us, what are they bringing to the table. But the same holds true for our own inner motivations. What is driving us? And where are we still hiding? And what are we hiding? Because AYIN is connected with creation code 7, which is all about authenticity and coming in real, direct, with direct communication, and that deep, deep penetrating insight. And so this is essential right now. The more we are stepping up and into service, into our higher calling, the more we are really required to do the inner work and to watch out for any old masks and false persona identities that we still might be holding on to, in order to, I want to say, mitigate the intensity of others seeing us, but also perhaps still of ourselves truly acknowledging who we are. So again, potent questions for this week to keep coming back to are, am I still hiding a true part of me? Where am I hiding it? How am I hiding it? And why? What am I afraid of? If I were to fully own and step into my pure, authentic self. And this often is that spiritual nature that we bring into this incarnation, where we might still be worried that others might judge us for this aspect of us that's still not quite understood by the masses. But if you are here, tuned in to your calling, you have that spiritual nature, ability. And again, both of these codes want us to ground it and to be practical and real about it. And what does that look like for you, particularly because this is about your truth, your expression, your clear, authentic, direct expression of your own higher truth. And so I still do feel this intensity in the outer as we are working on our projects, whatever they are. And it needs to be balanced right now with not just the inner introspection and inner work. That is very much asked for, but also that comes back to an inner listening to what we need in the moment to feel nurtured, so that our nervous systems and our emotional bodies can calm down and replenish and then carry us back out into the world. This intensity can also relate to interactions with others now, as we are more likely to get triggered and to feel that emotional sensitivity that I mentioned earlier. The creation code 11 and 2, highly sensitive, as I said. And there's still a need to learn to not take everything personally, to not get entangled again in others' emotions, to fall back into old habits and patterns of codependencies. And so this detachment, this healthy sense of detachment and disentanglement from our own emotions, discerning between what's ours and what we're taking on from others, is extremely important right now. And to take our time with that, to listen, to be gentle and generous with ourselves. Both of these codes, especially AYIN, are really high conduits for high frequency energies. And that is why it's so important for us to keep doing this inner clearing. Because when we are still vibrating at a lower density level, when we're still clinging to old emotions that no longer serve, or we're so deeply tangled in others' emotions, that is the energy that we're channeling and bringing out to the world. And so once again, I'm going to repeat myself here. In order to fully step into our mission, we have to keep clearing our inner selves. We have to align with the higher frequencies. We have to look at our patterns, our masks that we're still hiding, and find our true authentic expression and being. Who is that? Who are we at the core? Because with that level of authenticity and connection to our service mission, that's when we can really become those waker-uppers, the ones that can catalyze others into their own transmutation of the densities, into their own higher expression of self. And just the same, that's the energy that's available to us now, where we can use this catalyzing power of our clarity of vision to go inwards and wake ourselves up, have our own intimate, powerful, potent realizations. Right? That's what I'm feeling here very, very strongly. So coming back to the motivations, what's motivating the way that we show up in the world? Is there still a fear of failure? A fear of being judged? A fear of not being good enough? All of these insecurities and inadequacies or beliefs in our own inadequacies are drifting to the surface now. Well, not even drifting, they're being pushed up to the surface. And that can be very uncomfortable, which is where we go once again into blindsiding ourselves and putting on the blinders, putting on those masks, stepping back into the old personas where we feel comfortable. the personas that others have become used to, and where we know we can get validation and appreciation. But is it a true expression of self? And it's really interesting because my last 2 blog posts were exactly about that. How those masks still show up even after having done a lot of inner work. It gets more and more subtle, doesn't it? And it's not ever black and white. It's not ever that straightforward. So it can become more and more tricky to really identify, is this a mask? It feels like it's a part of my authentic self. And the truth is that perhaps your authentic expression may look very, very much like this persona, this mask that we're taking on. However, the motivation behind it is different. And that's where we need to look then in able to identify what is what. So discernment, again, both of these codes, CAF and AYIN, very much about discernment and clear vision, clear insight. So all of this brings me to this deep lesson around acceptance, letting go of control. Also, letting go of anything that's leaving your life right now, that wants to leave, that maybe you've been feeling it wanted to leave, and maybe you've been holding on to it. Again, whether that's a person, a relationship, a job, friends, objects, but definitely inauthentic aspects of self. Life circumstances, whatever is shifting and changing right now, let it find its own path. Let it leave, knowing that if it's meant to be in your life, it will come around in better shape and form. And again, that control tendency towards wanting to control our own destiny. And we can only ever just co-create with spirit. And the more clear we are of our motives, and the more high vibrational we are in the reasoning behind what we want to accomplish, the more support we will have on all levels. And I think I mentioned it earlier, both of these codes, CAF and AYIN, promise a lot of success. A lot of success on all levels if we put in the work and the effort. And that effort is not just the outer effort, it's the inner work. So don't give up on what's important to you. These codes both can really support and strengthen our drive. And if you feel those doubts creep in, or you feel a little bit inefficient, like you just want to give up because you don't feel you have what it takes, and you just want to throw in the towel and do something easier, don't. The energies right now are here to support us in giving us the strength to really keep our eyes on the prize and the goal, the higher vision, and to keep going step by step. And in order for us to receive this kind of support, we are being asked to be very honest and truthful with ourselves and what's still holding us back and blocking it, what's making us feel like maybe we're not strong enough. Again, inadequacies. And that's why they are possibly right now coming to the surface with a bang. So don't shy away from it. It's not a sign that you're not on the right path. It's just an invitation to lean in even more into the wind. And so this sense of this higher detachment, or this detachment from the outer expression of life, whatever life throws at us, can help us to stay in touch with the higher vision. And it helps us to let go of our emotional attachments and inner turmoil, to let go of any needs for validation and approval by others. And to let go of the fears of failure so that we can stay on point. And so that we feel strong enough in our core, which is where I'm feeling we're kind of being hit right now. The core, which expresses itself through an overactive nervous system, perhaps, through a sense of exhaustion or scattered energy. And so the more we can embrace this higher level of acceptance, the more we can bring those energies back into focus and back into alignment within ourselves. And that helps us strengthen our resolve, our energy levels, and the power of breakthrough. So I'm going to leave it here because I feel I keep repeating the same points, which is partly because I felt a little all over the place here, because all of these points are so interrelated and working together. And I really want to bring it back to the essence that I'm feeling here for this week. Just to repeat, grounding the higher energies, disentangling ourselves from our own perhaps quite incoherent emotions, definitely from other people's energies, opinions, emotions. Keep looking inward towards our own motivation, identifying our own false masks and behaviors, and finding that balance between the outer work and the inner work. And to find that real sense of trust in that higher guidance. And the trust in your own inner insights too, because they are powerful. So if you start noticing that you're doubting your perception, look closer. Look closer, because you will most likely be picking up on a lot of subtleties in others and in yourself that give you a whole lot of feedback and information. So listen to that. All right, everyone, I'm going to leave it here. Check out my blog posts if you're interested in taking this a little deeper. And I really hope that this podcast was helpful after all, and that you will be back next week to visit with me. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful, empowering week.